trauma is so unique, it's so personal, because we can experience the same shit and it's going to be traumatic for me and it's not going to be traumatic for you, and it's the same event.
Right.
So how can somebody behind a desk determine that, oh, okay, it's going to take Zulma 3 sessions to overcome this?
Yeah.
When they don't know my trauma is subjective, because you are responding to shit the way that you are, not the way that shit is.
Welcome to the Metamorphosis Project Podcast. I'm your host, Tenya Eickenberg, and this is a space where transformation begins. Here, we dive deep into energy healing, self-care, and the power of mindset to help you break free from old patterns and design a life that feels aligned, vibrant, and authentically you. True metamorphosis isn't just about change. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. Now, let's get into this week's conversation. Welcome back to the Metamorphosis Project Podcast. I am your host, Tenya, and today I have with me Zulma Williams. Zulma, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Please tell the listeners who you are, what it is that you do. Let them know.
Okay, so I am Zulma Williams, the swearing therapist. I'm a licensed clinical social worker who likes to keep it real and swears a lot.
And swearing is very therapeutic.
It is.
It is.
Absolutely.
I've seen several articles that say people who swear are smarter.
And happier. Because you don't have to be looking in your mind for like, oh my God, how should I say this?
Right.
Like, no, you just you say it.
You're just authentically using your voice the way it's meant to be used in that moment.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the things that I pride myself in is to be an authentic. So it's like, oh, fudge. No, I'm not going to say fudge. I'm going to say fuck. You know what I mean? Like, and so it's like, but I mean, I understand that this is not for everybody. And I usually ask the host, like, do you want me to keep it clean? Because I can still be authentic and keep it clean. But when I keep it clean, it's like, oh my God, like it's a lot of energy I'm investing.
Yeah. Well, not being you takes up a lot of energy. Right? It does.
Right.
That's where we get imposter syndrome is by trying to be somebody that somebody else wants us to be, not knowing exactly who that person wants us to be.
Right. Which is impossible to achieve.
Tell us about your journey, because you started your career path, what some would say later in life, right? It's not like you went to college out of high school. Tell us, how did your career path start?
Yes. So I moved to the United States at age 31. I'm originally from Argentina. And I was working in accounting. And at 42, I was kind of like reflecting on my future. And it's like, I'm not sure I wanted to do this for another 25 years. So I always had a passion for helping people. And I was like, my therapist was a huge influence in my life. And I wanted to be a therapist to help others, right? So I was like, okay, what do I need to do to be a therapist? Oh, I need to go to school. So I started my bachelor's of social work at 42. And I think that it's important to mention this. I didn't stop working in accounting. While I was building my present time now, at that time, my future, I was still working in accounting because I need to pay bills. I need to eat. I need to pay rent, right? Like, so I did those in parallel. So I graduated at 46 and I was on track to do my master's. And 6 weeks after graduation, I got diagnosed with breast cancer, because life is what happens when you have other plans. So I moved back to Argentina, took care of my health. And then at 49 in 2015, I was like, I want to celebrate my 50th birthday in Las Vegas. That's where I was living at the time. And I was like, okay, God, I need a sign that this is the right move. Well, careful what you ask for, because I asked for a sign and I got a banner, right? Like, so out of nowhere, I got an email from a university where I did the bachelor saying like, hey, we have the advanced master program back. Would you like to enroll? I was like, yes, right? Like, so I moved back to Las Vegas at 49, 6 weeks shy of my 50th birthday. I started my master's at 50 and I celebrated my 50th birthday there. And then I graduated at 51. I became independently licensed at 53 and a half. And I've been working on my passions since. I have clients telling me like, oh, I'm too old to go to school. Who the fuck are you talking to? Right. I started my bachelor's at 42, my master's at 50, and English is not my first language.
Right.
You're barking at the wrong tree.
Yeah.
Right? So my motto is I had cancer. Cancer didn't have me. Because if anything, cancer came to show me how bad I wanted to be a therapist. Because nobody would help blame me if I went back to accounting. Right. Oh, I had cancer, right? I was like, I feel better. Spoiler alert, here I am, right? So it's like, no, it's like, okay, how bad do you want this? Right. So I once I became independently licensed, I determined like the clients that I want to work with, which is anxiety, depression, people experiencing anxiety, depression, and trauma. And I will be talking to my clinical directors in community mental health, like, hey, I don't like to work with couples, or I don't like to work with substance abuse. Here comes a couple and they give it to me because they speak Spanish. How is it my problem that I'm the only bilingual therapist you have? Which part of I don't want to work with couples didn't you get?
Right.
So that inspired me to create my own agency. Yeah. Because since you're not listening, I'm too fucking old to be fighting.
Right.
Being very clear, the population I want to work with, which is also an ethical issue, because if I don't connect with you, I cannot help you. If you have heart issues, you're not going to go to the gynecologist.
Right. And that's what a lot of people, I don't think, take the time to figure out is they don't, and I don't mean this to sound, I don't know how it's going to sound, but they don't therapy hop when they should therapy hop if they don't find a therapist that resonates with them.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because
people, I was going to say, a lot of people are told that you need to stick with a therapist for a certain amount of time before you know whether you're going to resonate with them. But I think first impressions play a huge role in relationships. So I think it's okay to hop from doctor to doctor or therapist to therapist until you find one that you resonate with.
And 85% to 90% of the success of the therapeutic relationship is a connection that you have with the therapist.
Yeah.
We either click or we don't, right? Like there is no gray area with me. It's, I'm not sure. Like, no, you either love me or you fucking hate me.
Right.
Either way, I sleep at night. Because if we don't click and you don't trust me, you're not going to open up.
Yeah.
And I can only work with what you bring to my office.
Right.
So it's like, whatever you told me, I will believe you. So if you say like, oh, everything is okay, I don't live with you.
Right.
Right. But because you feel like I'm judging you or like this is too weird or whatever. And it's funny when I say first of all, I offer a free consultation to see if our energies align, right? So in that consultation, I'm going to say shit and fuck. If you have a problem with that, I'm not the therapist for you.
Right.
Which is fine. I'll fucking give you referrals. I want you to get better. It doesn't have
to be fair, on her website, it does say, it does say, I'm the shit. That's the t-shirt she's wearing on her website.
Right. That is a t-shirt I got made that says I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I rock that t-shirt.
And she does say she swears a lot in her bio. So if you read her bio and you still schedule a consultation and you don't like the swearing, that's on you. That's not on you. That's on them. They
right.
You put it out there. You don't hide it.
Right. Exactly. So the thing is that I'm glad that you wanted to do that consultation with me. If we are not a good match, I will connect you with someone who I think might be able to help you. But because it takes a lot of courage to make that phone call, right? To reach out. And the thing is that I work with people who are highly disciplined to get better. I'm not the therapist for you if I cannot want this more than you do. I cannot want you to get better more than you want it for yourself. I don't work harder than my clients.
You just that is something that I think I have struggled with myself, is that I want more for some people than they want for themselves. That just
because you see the potential.
Yes.
But they cannot see it themselves.
Right. Yeah.
And then you get frustrated because you're like, no, but you can do this. But the thing is, I will refer you out to another therapist who can hold your hand until you're ready to do the work. And then you can come back to me. I'm not judging you. I'm saying I'm not the therapist for you.
Right.
That's all what I'm doing, because I'm saving you money and time. Time is so precious, right? And I don't take insurance because I don't want the insurance company to determine how long we're going to meet.
Right.
We are talking about trauma. We might be talking about the car accident you've been involved with and now it's like, oh, something from your childhood showed up. Oh, okay. No, sorry. We cannot talk about that because the insurance says that you only have 3 sessions.
Right.
Like, so I want you and I to determine our work.
I am so glad that you explained that, because I don't think I didn't realize that is why that most therapy appointments through insurance are so short and you get so few, or depending on your insurance, you might get 10 or 15, but they have a time limit. Like, I didn't know they had a time limit on them.
Right. So for this issue is this many sessions. For this issue is this many sessions. We are not robots.
Right.
Wow, right. Like, so it's like, and I want to help you get to the bottom of it. So we start working on the root of the issue, not the symptoms.
Right.
Right. And it's like, okay, trauma is so unique, it's so personal, because we can experience the same shit and it's going to be traumatic for me and it's not going to be traumatic for you, and it's the same event.
Right.
So how can somebody behind a desk determine that, oh, okay, it's going to take Zulma 3 sessions to overcome this?
Yeah.
When they don't know, my trauma is so subjective because you are responding to shit the way that you are, not the way that shit is.
Right.
We see things as we are, not as they are.
Absolutely.
Because we see it with our vision, which is comprised of how many events in your life you overcame, right? Like, so it's like, listen, you and I, we're going to determine you're getting better. You want to take a break? Have a good life. Like, you don't have, like, you know, we are achieving goals, but it's like, I'm so flexible in that sense, because yes, therapy does need continuity of care. But if we are achieving this goal right now and you want to take a break, I'm fine with that.
Right.
You are the expert in your own life. Who am I to say like, no, you need to continue?
And I love that, because a lot of there's a lot of chatter that goes on behind the scenes when people are going to see doctors or therapists or coaches or anybody who's going to guide them. And,
Yes.
and I found this early on in starting my business and, getting into all the coaching programs that come at you when you start a business. And a lot of the same theme that they would have is when the session, the class, the workshop, whatever it is over, you got to sell them more. And it's like, but I really want to work myself out of a job. Like I want to do so well with my clients that they don't need to come back to me.
Right. Absolutely. That is my goal. When you walk into, well, now I'm fully virtual, but when I had an office, when you walk into my office, what I wanted was for you to get the fuck out.
Right.
Because that meant that you got the tools.
Yep.
I always say, like, if you want to know how to hang a picture, I'll take you to the hardware store. I'll show you where the hammer is, where the nails are, and I'll show you how to do it.
Right.
But you need to do it yourself, because next time you want to hang the picture, you're going to need me.
Right. And it's very hard for people to stop and do that for themselves. Isn't it?
Right.
Because they're
absolutely.
Because we are all programmed at a very early age to not be worthy of spending time on ourselves.
Yes. And also, simply because you know what the hammer is for, right, you don't carry that in your purse, right? Like you leave it in the garage. Yep. You don't have the hammer in your purse. And that is another thing. It's like, this tool is for this. You don't need to carry the tool and make your life so heavy simply because you found that tool and you know what it is for. Well, just in case that I need it, you know what it's at.
Yeah.
You don't have to carry that tool with you, but we have it. Because I don't, just in case that I need it. And it's about trusting the process that when you need it, you're going to be able to find it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, oh, I learned this. I learned how to put a nail on the wall. You don't have to be fucking hanging pictures every day because you learned that.
Right.
So, but you can use it because you learn from that experience. We are also taught that, like when we are little, I'm a princess, I'm a beautiful princess. But then at a certain age, when I say I'm a beautiful princess, society is telling me that, oh, no, we don't say that. We wait for others to say it, right? Because you don't want to sound conceited.
Right.
And then it's like, I forget that I'm a beautiful princess. So now I'm looking for you to say it. And if you don't say it,
then I
don't believe it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So it's like we are part of the society, and it's so cultural too. Like the boys don't cry, right? Like, and boys are strong, and then those boys grow up and they become men, and then we want this man who is strong, but then we are pointing the finger because you don't get in touch with your feelings. Right. Well, bitch, which one do you want? Right? Because let's say a military man, right? Like they fucking strip him, the military did strip him of his character to build him up as the military needs.
Right.
So I'm trained to kill, I'm trained to protect, but then I come home and I take my uniform off, and then I had to be like this mushy guy. Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of dialogue. I'm not saying that you shouldn't get in touch with your feelings. What I'm saying is you got a CEO, you get an attorney, you like high-performing people in general, they have to put their feelings aside in order to perform. I cannot be this heartless prosecutor if I care about your feelings.
Yeah.
And then I come home and I need to be like, oh no, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So we have to, right. So we had to learn how to communicate better. Oh, you don't care about me. But what really attracted me to you in the beginning was that you were so strong and you didn't give a shit.
Right.
But now I'm using it against you. Well,
right. You can't do that.
which one is it?
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why so many marriages fail. But I don't know what the percent rate is right now, but communication is the number one reason why marriages fail. And it's not just sitting down and talking with each other, but it's really hearing and understanding. And that's part of where like the energy work that I do comes in, is like you can say one thing, but your partner might hear something totally different because of what they've gone through, what they've, and if they are that strong masculine character type, sometimes getting them to go to therapy is not the easiest thing in the world to do, because they have been programmed that they are fine, that there is nothing wrong, and that everything that is wrong in the relationship is the other person's problem.
And that if you connect with your feelings, you are weak.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so we had to break that stigma to begin with.
Right.
Right? Like, you are so successful in your professional life, but you cannot keep a fucking relationship. Right? What is it?
Right.
So it's like, yes, communication is key, and that's why I don't like to work with couples, because it's like, you need individual therapy and you need individual therapy. What the fuck are you doing like, you need to work through your own. Well, I don't trust you because I've been cheated on before. Okay, but I didn't cheat on you. Yeah, but I have trust issues. That's something that you need to work in your individual therapy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, well, I don't, I'm a macho man, so I don't get in touch with my feelings. That's something that you need to fucking work in individual therapy. Right. That's what, and I do admire, please, all my colleagues who do couples work. It's like, oh, I admire you, because I cannot fucking stand it.
I don't blame you.
It's like, more power to you. Like, and that's why I have a huge network. And that's why I can refer out, because I want you to get better. Again, it doesn't have to be with me.
Right.
So we need to open up that, and it takes time, and it takes, so therapy is a lot of work. So if you are not inspired to do better, it doesn't matter who the therapist is.
Right.
You are not going to get better. Like, I'm using my words very carefully, because motivation is so fucking overrated. You've been doing shit you're not motivated to do your entire life. That time that you were sick, but you want to work anyway, you were not motivated to do it, but you did it.
Right.
That when you pop a baby and you need to breastfeed and your boobs are hurting, you're not motivated, but you get up and you do it.
Right. Yep.
When it's like 300 degrees below zero and you had to pick up the snow, you're not motivated, but you do it, right? So it's not motivation. What we need is discipline, because that discipline is what's going to take you through the hard times, where the last thing that you want to do is work on yourself, or go to therapy, or get in touch with your feelings, or look in the mirror and have that hard conversation. The thing about hard conversations is, like, we avoid them at all costs, but then it explodes, because I've been pushing down these feelings the entire time. So it's not because you put the water bottle here. It's not because of the water bottle here.
Right.
It's because I asked you 15,000 times to not put the water bottle there. So now you did it, and I fucking explode. And you're like, where the fuck is that coming from? It's because we didn't communicate.
Right.
Because we didn't address the elephant in the room. And it doesn't go away. Oh, I close my eyes, so you're gone. No, it doesn't go away.
Right.
I mean, denial is a powerful tool. It doesn't mean that it's healthy.
That's right.
Right? So it's like, oh, if I close my eyes, everything disappears. Yeah, but eventually you have to open your eyes, and the shit didn't go anywhere.
Right, right.
So you want to confront it now, or you want to confront it? So, like if a car is on an incline, if you try to stop the car at the top, it's a lot easier than when it gains speed and you try, it's gonna run you over at the bottom.
Right.
And that's what happens with these conversations that we are not having. As uncomfortable as it is, that I tell you, like, when you are looking at your phone when I'm talking to you, I feel disrespected. Which is uncomfortable to have, versus you never look at me, you don't fucking care about what I say, you're never paying attention to me,
right,
which happened 6 months later, and now I want a divorce.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like we need to be accountable. I cannot blame you for the shit that I didn't bring up, like, because you might not know that I find that disrespectful. Right.
Right. But a lot of people, you've got to take radical responsibility for your own actions, for your own life.
Yes.
You've got to step up and go, I saw him do this 20 times before I said something. And it's like, why didn't you say something? Maybe the first time you see him do it, maybe it's like, oh, maybe this was just a fluke, blah, whatever. But second or third time you see them do something that makes you feel disrespected, or even if it irritates you for some reason, bring it up. Say, hey, can you try to put your dirty socks in the laundry basket and not just on the floor by the dresser? Or something like that.
Yes.
But you've got to speak up and say, this is a problem for me. Can we fix it?
Right. Exactly. Because otherwise you are judging me by rules that I didn't even know it existed.
Right. But then you also have to be prepared for the possible defensiveness that you're going to get from the other person because of their own stuff that they've gone through, their own experiences. They may be putting their socks on the floor because they weren't allowed to when they were a kid. And this is their way of being like, I can do whatever I want. It's my house.
Maybe they didn't even have a laundry basket growing up.
Yeah.
I used to work with kids in foster care, and I had a family, they were living in their car. So two of the siblings went into a foster home. They were not flushing the toilet because they didn't have a toilet.
Wow. So they didn't know how.
They didn't know they had to do that.
Yeah. That's
because you're living in your car.
That is such a great awareness for everybody, whoever's listening, to have, is that what if the person you're talking to was never taught to do the things that you're expecting them to do? I mean, we as parents, we understand that when our kids are growing up, right? Like if they were like when they're potty training them, you teach them to flush the toilet.
Right.
But if they never lived in a safe environment and they weren't potty trained in a safe environment, then they probably were not taught to push down the lever. That's such a great awareness.
They probably didn't have a toilet to begin with.
Yeah, that's such a great awareness to have.
So we are seeing shit and people as we are, not as they are.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like says, like maybe I didn't have a closet growing up, so I didn't know. Maybe I don't care, but because I tossed the socks on the ground, and it's like, oh, but if you bring it to my attention, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't give a shit. I put it in the basket.
Right.
But I cannot read your mind. And this is something that I talk with my female clients a lot, because they're like, oh, my husband doesn't help. So here's the situation. The sink is overflowing with dirty dishes. and you are both home and you tell your husband or your significant other, would you help? So he goes and makes the bed. And then you get pissed because he made the bed. Well, did you ask? Men are so, and I'm overgeneralizing, but men are so simple creatures. If you ask the man to do the dishes, he will gladly do the dishes.
Yeah.
If you ask, when you go to the restaurant, you don't tell the server, oh, I'm hungry. You look at the fucking menu, you pick something.
Right.
Right? When you leave it so broad that it's like, oh, would you help? Oh, okay, I'm going to make the bed.
Right.
When in reality, what you wanted the man to do was to do the dishes. Ask him, honey, would you do the dishes, please?
Use your words.
Now, yes. Now, don't be behind him like, oh, no, you don't do it like that. You do it like this. Bitch, then fucking do it yourself.
Right. Don't micromanage.
Right?
Don't micromanage. Ask for help. Use your words.
And be specific.
Yeah. Those are the new 10 commandments. Don't micromanage.
Right.
Use your words.
Be specific, be clear, because we are expecting. So I had a friend, she had 4 kids, and I used to babysit the children. So I will go to her house and there were dishes in the sink. So after I put the kids to bed, I do the dishes and I put them away. Right. And she's like, well, my husband never does that because he doesn't have boobs. Right. You are expecting a man to think like a woman.
Yeah.
I am a fucking woman like you. I look around, I'll see what needs to get done, and I get it done. You don't need to tell me. But men are wired, we are wired differently.
Yeah.
So you want him to do the dishes? Ask him, honey, please, would you do the dishes? He will gladly do the dishes because happy wife, happy life, right? Men are tired of doing shit wrong when they don't even know what they are doing wrong.
And that's one of the things that boggles my mind is when you hear someone say, they asked me what I did wrong, and I was like, I'm not telling you. If you don't know what you did wrong, I'm not telling you. And it's like, well, they're trying to address the situation. Why? But I've seen men do it too. Like I've seen men come back at women and go, if you don't know what you did wrong, I'm not telling you.
Right.
And it's like they truly don't know what they did wrong.
And then they wonder why the relationship is not working.
Yeah.
Because you're not fucking communicating.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not saying, well, I don't want another child. I'm not sure that what I'm saying is that you are having another child in the household. What I'm saying is that you are being so clear that it's like there is no mistake about what you are asking.
Mm-hmm.
Until you train him to see that if the fucking sink is overflowing with dishes, that needs to get done.
Yeah.
That's probably not how he grew up.
Right. Right. But I mean this in the most respectful way. They can be retrained.
Absolutely.
You just have to use your words. And yes, sometimes you have to repeat yourself over and over and over and over again. But you have to ask yourself, why did you marry this person in the first place? Why are you together with this person in the first place? Why are you not using your voice? I mean, aside from being mute, I mean, and then you can write. Everybody can communicate.
Absolutely.
Everybody can communicate.
I think it all comes down to we are either happy or we are learning something, right? Yeah. Like, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right?
Right.
Because sometimes you cannot be both.
Exactly.
Right? Like, so no, I'm not going to fucking tell you. Okay, good luck on being right.
Yeah.
But you're not being happy.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that, well, why do I have to tell right? Why do I have to tell him 15 times? Because you want to be happy.
Yeah.
You don't want to be right.
Right. Yeah.
How many times does a man tell you like he doesn't want to talk about it? whatever the fuck he's going through.
Right.
Because he's not wired to fucking vent to you. He's using his mind to solve the issue.
Yeah.
But we communicate, we verbally communicate to find out what the issue is and how to resolve it.
Right.
We need to hear ourselves talk. Men don't need that. They meet with a friend and they have a drink and they talk for fucking 5 minutes to solve the issue, and then they watch the football game.
Right.
They don't talk about like, oh, how is your son doing, or what did like. Yeah. So we're like, oh, you didn't ask about Zulma. He didn't give a shit about Zulma. That's why he didn't ask.
Yeah.
Right? Like I think that they're so goal-oriented that I talk about something that was bothering me so you can help me solve it. And we already talk about it, and that's it. We don't have to talk about anything else. So let's enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Right? And meanwhile, we are fucking talking to make a point because sometimes we don't even know what the point is when we start talking.
Yeah. You need to write a book. You need to write, like kind of along the lines of men are from Venus, women are from Mars.
Yes.
Like, just an updated version that is very easy to read.
More practical way of.
More practical.
So one time I was talking to my best friend and I was like going on and on and on and on. And I got my own answer. And I look at her and I said, oh my God, you're a genius. She said, I didn't even say anything.
Yeah.
But she gave me the space for me to say it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I always use this example. You come home, you had my boss is a fucking asshole, and your husband is telling you, okay, quit. Yeah. I don't want to quit. I want him to stop being an asshole. You feel like your feelings are not validated.
Right.
Same situation, you call your best friend on your way home. Oh, my boss is such an asshole. What the fuck did he do this time?
Mm-hmm.
So she allows you to vent.
Yeah.
And then when you get home, you feel better because you don't want to quit. You want to feel heard.
Mm-hmm.
But when a man is listening, he feels as he's not solving. Right. I don't want you to tell me to quit. I know I can quit. I want you to give me the space. But to him, giving you that space is not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, why the fuck are we listening to this? I already told me that.
Right.
Because I just want to get it off my system. And that's why it's so important that men and women have their own friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will vent to my best friend and he can fucking be in silence watching the football game with his friend.
Right.
And we are all happy.
Right.
Why are you watching the game and you're not saying it? What the fuck you want me to say? I'm fucking watching I'm not thinking about anything.
Mm-hmm.
We have 3 million tabs open in our brain. So it's hard for us to, you cannot not be thinking about something. You have to be thinking about something. No,
they're not.
Right.
They're not.
There is this old video. I think, I mean, if you watch it, you're going to see the ladies, the hairdos. I probably it's from the 80s. It's called A Tale of Two Brains. And it's this man showing like how the man brain is and how the women brain is. And it's I send that to all my clients who are married or in a relationship. It's called A Tale of Two Brains. It's 9 minutes long or something like that. And it's like everybody is laughing when he's doing it because it's true. Yeah. I used to do stand-up comedy many years ago. And my stand-up comedy teacher, he will say, stand-up comedy works because you are showing the public something through your eyes, but we can all relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to a comic, it's like, oh yeah, like talking about going through the airport. And it's like, oh yeah, shit, because we all been through that.
Right.
So it's like, that's what is so funny.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's like, you are seeing it through your eyes, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
No. We need to meet in the middle. And I'm not, and this is why communication is so important.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Honey, this time I need you to listen. I don't want you to solve. Okay, they disconnect from the problem solving.
Right.
At the beginning of the conversation.
Yeah, that's a good statement for anybody to use for anybody, because I know there's a lot of women who are in that helping mode as well. They want to help fix the problem. Something that I struggled with early on in my healing is that I wanted to help everybody, and I always tried to fix their problem. And one thing I started asking was, do you want to be hugged? Do you want to be heard? Or do you want to be helped?
Oh my God. Yes.
And when I remember to ask that question, I usually get back, I just want to be heard. Because a lot of times people, they don't want to be helped unless they're coming to you for advice and saying,
absolutely,
I need help with this.
And it's so, oh my God, I want to cry because it's so respectful, right? Like growing up, my mom will get together. She was a stay-home mom. So she will get together with her neighbors and they will talk shit about everything and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
When Dad got home from a long day of work, she didn't need to tell him shit because she already had that release.
Yeah.
We don't have that because we work too.
Yep.
We need to schedule the meeting with our girlfriends.
Yeah.
And then one cannot and the other cannot, and it never happens. Yeah. So we are not
texting
connecting.
Just isn't the same. Doing it through texting or Facebook Messenger, it's just not the same. There's no inflection, there's no emotion, it's just, you get a meme back or an emoji,
right?
And there's no connection.
Because the message, so the emotion behind the message is not there.
Yeah.
So we lost that. So that's why we need to get back into community and getting together and scheduling those monthly lunches, where it's like, no, we are going to meet for lunch and we are going to put it on the schedule and we are going to have a great time catching up, because life always gets in the way.
It does.
Always.
It does. Zulma, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything that you want the listeners to hear or know that we didn't cover?
I usually close my interviews with this. If you woke up today, that means that your mission in life is not complete. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you're going to come on the other side of the challenge you're currently facing.
I love
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Where can people find you?
On Instagram at The Swearing Therapist. And my website is dragonflytherapyservices.net.
Awesome. Zulma, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Metamorphosis Project podcast. I hope today's episode brought you inspiration, joy, and a spark of empowerment. Remember, transformation is an incredible journey, and every single step you take towards self-care and healing brings you closer to the life you truly desire. If this episode uplifted you, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your support helps us to share this journey of hope, resilience, and joy with many listeners. For more tips, support, and inspiration, come and visit us at designyourexistence.com. Until next time, keep growing, keep healing, and keep shining brightly. You are absolutely worth every bit of love and care you give to yourself. Take care, stay joyful, and be well.